crafted by the hands of those who've walked the walk, talked the talk, and, yeah, grown the damn beard. Vet founded, vet focused, and beard operated. This is coffee with a mission, a purpose, and a testament to the unyielding American spirit. It's a tribute to the tireless resolve that courses through the veins of our great nation. This is the taste of victory, the flavor of freedom, the coffee that stands as firm as our belief in America's destiny to lead and never to kneel. Beard Vet Coffee is more than a brand. It's a legacy steeped in the principles that make America great. It's for those who stand with pride under the stars and stripes, who uphold the values that light the torch of liberty for the world to see. So, are you ready to supercharge your day the American way? Beard Vet Coffee is not just a choice. It's a declaration of independence from mediocre mornings. Bold, brave, unbound. Brewed for the American patriot. Beard Vet Coffee. Make your mornings great again.
David Pollack here. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you're looking for more information on any of our sponsors, or perhaps you want to hear a replay of a past show, make sure to visit thedavidpollackshow.com. There, you'll also find our latest articles, links to our social media, and opportunities to become a sponsor yourself. So remember to visit thedavidpollackshow.com.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
Welcome to the David Pollack Show.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore! Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when you're living out a dream.
I was planning to come on the air this week celebrating the Florida State Seminoles being ACC champions, undefeated 13-0, and going to a championship playoff. But I'm not doing that today because, as you guys have probably heard, and no, this isn't a sports show, this is a politics show, I get it, but everything is political, right? You guys saw that the college football playoff selection committee, or whatever they call themselves, decided that an undefeated conference champion, Florida State University, who found ways to win in Gainesville with a second-string quarterback, at the ACC championship with a third-string quarterback, making his first collegiate start, and he was injured for half the year, found a way to shut down Louisville's offense, winning the football game. But no. The ACC championship playoff committee, or not the ACC, the playoff, whatever this committee's called, decided we can't have a playoff without the SEC, Southeastern Conference. I call them SEC supremacists. They can't have a playoff without the SEC. And it's not just because they believe that the SEC is the superior college football conference. It's because Florida State didn't have their starting quarterback. So clearly this isn't the same team that they've had all season. This team's not good enough to play in the playoffs. And our job as the bowl selection or the playoff selection committee is to pick the four best teams. Best. And how do you determine who the best team is? Not wins or losses, guys. No. It's not who wins. It's who they say is the best. On what factors? Well, of course, they consider whether or not you're a conference champion, what your record is, your strength of schedule, quality of wins. But they also consider player availability. This little nuanced clause in the bottom of their bylaws that they use to keep Florida State out of the playoffs, saying, yeah, because you don't have your quarterback, you're probably not going to win. So since you're probably not going to win, I know you're undefeated, and I know you haven't lost a football game regardless of who you've been with or without, but because you're probably not going to win, we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to go with somebody else. No, Florida State. You're not allowed to prove whether or not you can win. That's not the point of athletics. It's who we say should be able to compete for the national championship. Not who deserves to compete for the national championship. It's who we say deserves to compete for the national championship. And of course, it has to be Alabama. One loss, Alabama. Who did they lose to? The other team with one loss that they put in the playoffs instead of Florida State, Texas. Texas, by the way, is joining the SEC next year. Now, I know this isn't a football show. What does this have to do with politics, David Pollack Show? Well, I'll tell you. The SEC has very profitable contracts with ESPN, ABC, Disney. You know that corporation, that conglomerate? They received the talking points weeks ago. They knew that they were facing the potential of a situation where the corporation's preferred teams, the SEC, where they would make the most money off of viewers, could potentially not be in the playoffs. And here is this is going to be cut one, Jeff. I want you to hear this. This is a sports show, the Jeff Cameron Show, but I want you to just listen to what he's saying here. This is cut one. Go ahead.
3 weeks ago, when you began to hear the talking heads begin to hint of any possibility that an undefeated Power 5 conference champion with 2 wins over the SEC in a year in which the ACC has a winning record over the SEC would be left out of the playoff in favor of a one-loss team, maybe multiple one-loss teams. The second you caught wind of the narrative being born, tossed into the ether, it's out there. As we say on the show over the years, kings are killed, Mr. Garrison. You know what they're about to do, and you sit blindly, idly? How are you not on every show in America refuting the ignorance, refuting the storyline, positing overwhelming statistical evidence that is simply a false narrative? Because you're weak. And for the last time, we suffer the consequences of you being puny, impotent to do anything to help the cause of the conference that you work for.
So you hear that? Sounds familiar, right? He's talking about narratives. And for those of you streaming this, I just looked over to camera. I thought that I can use this other piece of garbage computer in here and it would give me a better digital experience, but I'm looking at my feed. It looks like it's frozen. So I apologize for you trying to watch this digital feed. It looks like it's stuck. I'll try to fix it at the break. Anyhow, what you're hearing here is the same kind of things you hear in politics. This idea that this establishment here, it's a college football establishment, setting a narrative, sending their narrative out to their fake news partners. Here, it's ESPN. They put the narrative together. They send it out, creating the idea that a team like Florida State could be kept out of the playoffs because of their quarterback being out. This was the narrative they created to set up a situation where it guaranteed that one of their SEC teams can get in. What does this have to do with politics? Well, I'll tell you. Last week, I don't know if you watched it. I had to suffer through some of it for you. You had the establishment's dream debate on Sean Hannity's Fox News with Sean Hannity moderating. This was the debate between Gavin Newsom, California's governor, and Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis. What in the world would they be doing having a debate with Sean Hannity other than propping up Newsom's shadow campaign and DeSantis's failing campaign, giving the establishment their wish list of a debate? This is who they want to be president. You heard this early when Ron DeSantis said he was going to run. The establishment was furious with Trump. Step aside, Mr. Trump. Let somebody else run, Mr. Trump. Ron DeSantis has a better chance of beating Joe Biden. And for all of you Trump supporters that are still supporting Trump, we're going to lose. And it's because of you. The hate, the divisive politics coming out of the establishment. How dare we support somebody other than who they say should be the nominee, the Republican nominee, not who we want, who they want. Sound familiar? And their narratives are out there working. Whether they're calling out COVID policies, whether they're calling out election denying or whatever, they want Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, any of them to be president over Donald Trump. Why? Well, because that's who they think should be our president. Doesn't matter what we think. But let's see what the polls think, shall we? How's Ron DeSantis doing, by the way? Nationally, 13%. That's how he's polling. To Trump's almost 60%. And does that mean Trump's going to lose to Biden? Well, let's see what the polls say about that. In a head-to-head matchup with Joe Biden, Donald Trump, 41%, Joe Biden, 39%. In the five-way race with the independent Kennedy, Trump does even better, 38% to 33%. Kennedy getting 11%. West and Stein, 2% each. The never Trump vote's not going to Biden anymore. Yeah, Trump loses some, but Biden loses even more. The establishment is panicking. It can't be Trump. That's not who they want. It can't be Florida State. That's not who they want. America is sick and tired of being told by the establishment, whether it's in college football, whether it's in politics, the self-appointed elite telling us what's better for us. Well, we have something to tell them. And we'll talk about that right after the break. Don't go anywhere. David Pollack Show. We'll be right back.
David Pollack here. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you're looking for more information on any of our sponsors, or perhaps you want to hear a replay of a past show, make sure to visit thedavidpollackshow.com. There, you'll also find our latest articles, links to our social media, and opportunities to become a sponsor yourself. So remember to visit thedavidpollackshow.com.
Are you an insurance agent or property manager looking for a reliable and accurate property inspection? Floridian Property Consultants specializes in citizens insurance packages and replacement cost appraisals, so you can get bound quickly, easily, and accurately. FPC's experienced inspectors will make sure each assessment meets all the insurance carrier standards while ensuring that you don't pay for more than you need. Work with a company that respects your time and budget as much as you do. Visit online at FloridianPropertyConsultants.com. That's FloridianPropertyConsultants.com.
Unbelievable, super cool, outrageous, and amazing. Phenomenal, fantastic, so incredible. Woo-hoo! Unbelievable, super cool, outrageous, and amazing. Phenomenal, fantastic.
And welcome back to the David Pollack Show. For my friends trying to watch my stream here at home, I am trying really hard here to get you back up so you can actually watch this thing. We will see what happens here in just a second. That's how, this is how talented I am here. I'm trying to do radio and get you guys entertained and visible. Anyway, it's not going to work. I don't know what you guys can see at home. It looks like something crazy is going on. We're just going to rock with it. And let me welcome Aly to the show. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. This is just the fun you get when you do live radio. Things don't work. And I do all of this for the listeners and the viewers so they can actually see things. Right now on my stream, there's a frozen picture of me with my mouth open. And then there's actually a good video. I'm trying here to figure it out.
Oh no, you need help, David.
Oh, you have no idea how much help I need. Actually, I know how to fix this. It's just, anyway, I'm not going to be able to do it right now. So for the God. Anyway, Aly, I don't know if you heard the opening of the show. I talked about basically the establishment hosing Florida State and drawing the parallels to what the establishment trying to do to Donald Trump. And I wanted to bring you on to engage in the discussion. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk about you a little bit because you're an interesting person. I met you a few years ago at CPAC. You were running for school board in Hillsborough County. You killed it when you were running. Now, you didn't win, but you did a really good job. You were actually the first person endorsed by Governor DeSantis. And I have some audio for that. Jeff, if you want to put it up, that is cut 7.
My name is Aly Legge. I'm from Hillsborough County, Florida. I am an Army veteran, a wife. Thank you. A wife and a mother of 5 children. I stand before you not just as a multiracial, multicultural mother of children of the same, but most importantly, as an American. And sadly, my family has experienced the effects of CRT over the last 3 years. From being told that the Constitution can be